WPMI.com.
I'm Donald Friedlander. I've always believed that attorneys live in ivory towers, but lawyers get down with the common man. I've been a lawyer working for the common man since 1967.
I'm Jonathan Friedlander. We're here to handle your legal matters in criminal defense and DUI, personal injury, bankruptcy, domestic relations, and workers' comp matters. Call us or come in today for a lawyer you can trust.
Now on Local 15.
A shooting in Pritchard leaves the community shaken and upset. We'll have video you'll only see on Local 15.
The Taliban is vowing revenge this morning for the 16 Afghans killed by a U.S. soldier.
And we are just a day away from the Alabama and Mississippi primaries. We will tell you how you can meet the candidates.
Breaking news, breaking weather from the Weather Authority. This is Local 15 today.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Glad you're with us.
I got it. This is my bracket. It is empty right now. It was upside down, but
I wasn't going to point that out.
Well, I didn't know if people at home could tell. Now it's right. And at some point during the newscast, I'll be working on this periodically when we have some time.
Yeah, and Alabama got into it for the first time in 6 years. We'll tell you where they are, and
right there in the Midwest bracket.
Right, exactly. So looking forward to seeing what Alabama can do in the tournament, and the main part of the tournament is Thursday, Friday, although you have those play-in games that actually start tomorrow.
Right.
So if you're into the March Madness, tomorrow is your day.
The madness has begun.
That's it.
I love it. I love this part of the year. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm not even going to tell you my schools. Well, I am going to tell you my schools in Missouri.
Yes, Missouri.
Yes, I am so excited.
There's a look at Alabama when they got the news that they are in. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. But I know coming into work today, it was just absolutely nasty.
It was. We could hear the rain here in this day. It was pounding coming down. Kelly, is it still wet out there?
Well, you know what? Right now we're still finding a few showers in and around Mobile, primarily just to the south of I-65 near Baldwin County. And there's going to be more of where this came from. We're still watching a strong line of scattered showers and thunderstorms across Mississippi. Heaviest downpours right now just to the north of Steam Mill Landing, near Perkins Landing, and also just some spotty thunderstorms in between Sims Chapel and Topton. But take a look at this squall line. Right now it is pushing into Harrison County as well as Stone County, Mississippi, and soon to be pushing into Jackson and George County. We'll see this move into Mobile County as we take you through the next couple of hours. Now here's a look at temperatures. We're off to a mild start. It's 67 degrees in Mobile, mid-60s for Chatham, 68 for Pascagoula. And your hour-by-hour forecast looks like this. 9 o'clock, 67 degrees. We'll hit low 70s by noontime. 3 o'clock, 75, and by 5 o'clock's drive, we'll be right at 72. I'll have a more in-depth look at your Monday forecast coming up.
Thank you, Kelly. 5:02 right now into today's big story. Pritchard police are on the hunt for 3 suspects after a deadly shooting Saturday night.
It happened on Edison Street just before 8:30. Police say a man and woman were walking down the street when 3 men approached them and shot the man twice. 30-year-old Robert Savage was pronounced dead on the scene.
She advised that 3 black males came out from nowhere and pushed the subject down and then fired a couple rounds into his body.
Pritchard police had to call Mobile police for backup as a volatile crowd grew around the scene. Nobody was arrested in that outburst. 2
babies are doing fine after a hit-and-run driver hit their strollers in Bay Minette. 8-month-old Isaiah Thomas was airlifted to USA Trauma Center Saturday night. A speeding car ran into his stroller and another baby stroller as their mothers were walking them down Moran Street Saturday night. Well, both children have been released from the hospital with bumps and bruises. Isaiah's mother says it is a miracle because her son wasn't even breathing when she picked him up from the roadside ditch.
My heart dropped. I couldn't do nothing but cry and scream.
The alleged driver, Dwayne Brown, turned himself in and was booked into jail shortly after midnight Sunday.
Deputies in Santa Rosa County, Florida, have arrested 3 men accused of holding a victim at gunpoint, robbing him, then taking off in his truck. It happened at Gulf Breeze Car Wash just after 7 Saturday night. Officials say the victim was washing his car when 3 men walked up. One held a gun to his head while the others took his wallet, keys, and cell phone. Yesterday, Pensacola police were tipped off that the suspects were at a motel. They were arrested after a short standoff.
A Mobile police officer shot by a robbery suspect is now showing some signs of improvement, and today you can honor him by donating blood. Officer Chad Wynn was shot in the chest during a robbery standoff at Winn-Dixie on Government Street. He's listed in serious condition this morning. Police say 3 men, one of them an employee of the store, were trying to rob the place. All of them are charged with 5 counts of attempted murder and robbery. You can donate blood in honor of Officer Wynn today at Mobile Police Headquarters on Government Street. The blood drive starts at 8 and ends at 5. One of the suspects, 18-year-old Jakeith Harrison, will be in court today for a bond hearing. We'll let you know what happens later today on Local 15.
Cito Mobile hosted free airboat rides this weekend, with all donations going to the families of the 4 Coast Guardsmen killed in a helicopter crash. Dale Taylor, Fernando George, Tom Cameron, and Drew Knight were killed when their chopper went down in Mobile during a routine training mission. Well, Saturday, folks lined up to take those airboat rides on the Mobile Delta. At last check, more than $3,000 had been raised. All donations will go to the Coast Guard Foundation's Family Relief Fund.
And several of the animals rescued from a kennel in deplorable conditions are enjoying new homes this morning. Dozens of those animals seized from the Purple Hearted Puppies facility in Summerdale are now with new homes. Saturday, more than 50 of those homes were looking for a new home, and an adoption event was held in Gulf Shores at Lulu's. If you did not get a chance to make it out to that event, the Baldwin County Humane Society, that is where the animals are living until they find a forever home. So you can visit there if you are interested in giving one of those dogs a forever home.
And if you have a high schooler at home, you may want to make note of this. The dates of the reading and social studies portions of the Alabama high school graduation exam have been changed by the Alabama State Department of Education. The reading portion will be given Tuesday, March 20th. The social studies portion will be given Friday, March 23rd. So mark your calendar. You don't want to miss those dates. Well, coming up on Local 15 today, the White House is grappling with another major incident with the military in Afghanistan. The mass killing of 16 civilians, including children, by a U.S. soldier who went on a shooting rampage.
Plus, Alabama and Mississippi's primaries have candidates in our area. We'll get you caught up on what they did over the weekend. Those stories coming up.
You're watching Local 15. Breaking news, breaking weather.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here.
He spent the money I lent him on alcohol and drugs instead of paying his tuition. That's what you wrote.
That is the truth.
Judge Judy. Today at 4, followed by Local 15 News.
First preparation, then negotiation. And if that doesn't work, it's litigation. My name is David J. Maloney. I represent accident victims, and I'll personally return your call.
When you fly, fly easy with Pensacola International Airport. Fly easy. U.S. Airways is beginning nonstop flights from Pensacola to Washington, D.C. Reagan National Airport with 2 daily flights beginning in March. To learn more about new U.S. Airways flights, visit flypensacola.com. Point, pick, and click for the lowest fares on more daily flights to more destinations than any other airport in the region. Fly easy. Fly Pensacola International Airport.
I'm John Graham, running for Mobile County Commission with support of law enforcement, firefighters, and working families. These people know we have a problem all the way to the top of Government Plaza, and it's not just a leaky roof. It's a local government that's not responsive, a government that doesn't serve its people. I know how to serve. As a former Marine, retired police officer, small business owner, service has been my life's work, and I look forward to serving you.
March 13th, vote John Graham, Mobile County Commission.
Introducing Mullinax Ford and a new way to buy a car in Mobile. At Mullinax Ford, we make car buying easy. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $4,500 in Ford rebates and discounts on 2011 F-150 XLTs, including those with the fuel-efficient EcoBoost engines. Mullinax has 80 2011 F-150s that gotta go. Upfront pricing, no dealer fees, huge selection. That's easy. That's Mullinax in West Mobile on Airport Boulevard. Find your next Ford on MullinaxFord.com.
Hey, what's the 7-letter word for accurate?
Good answer. listener.
For an accurate weather forecast, turn to Chief Meteorologist Eric Beasley on Local 15, the Weather Authority. Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 Today with Angela Martin, Pat Greenwood, and your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Kelly Foster.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Here's where we're finding some scattered showers in your neighborhood along Jack Hamilton Road in between Dawes and Union Church and Ben Hamilton Road. Allow yourself some extra drive time this morning. I'll have a more in-depth look at your forecasts coming up.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 5:10 now. Security is extremely tight in southern Afghanistan after a U.S. soldier goes on a deadly shooting rampage.
A U.S. Staff Sergeant, who served 3 tours in Iraq is in custody this morning. He's accused of going from house to house, shooting and killing at least 16 civilians, most of them women and children, near his base in the Kandahar province. President Obama called Afghan President Hamid Karzai to express his condolences and to insist this act does not represent America's military. Karzai is calling the incident murder and a terrorist act that will never be forgiven. The shootings could put American soldiers in the most danger they faced during the 10-year war.
It was a senseless tragedy. The larger problem will be this is a spark landing on this tinderbox of Afghanistan following the Koran burnings.
It was just weeks ago 6 American service members were killed during riots sparked by the U.S. military's accidental burning of Korans. The Taliban is already vowing revenge for yesterday's shootings.
Well, there is one day of campaigning left before the Alabama and Mississippi primaries. Republican presidential candidates are crisscrossing the Gulf Coast, trying to get last-minute campaigning in. Newt Gingrich spent part of yesterday in Brandon, Mississippi. This is what he had to say about the Afghanistan shootings.
We have to indicate clearly and convince the people of Afghanistan that justice will be done, and that we are not going to tolerate that kind of thing. And we also there, I think, have a grave difficulty in reaching out to those families, and they should be compensated for the tragic loss.
Rick Santorum also spent time in Mississippi over the weekend. This is video from a campaign stop in Tupelo. He's hinting it's time for Newt Gingrich to step aside.
Speaker can stay in as long as he wants, but I think the better opportunity to make sure that we nominate a conservative is to give us an opportunity to go head-to-head with Governor Romney at some point, and hopefully that will occur sooner rather than later. But we'll wait and see what the Speaker decides.
Over the weekend, Santorum added another win to his column with the first-place finish in Kansas.
Meanwhile, Mitt Romney scored another win over the weekend in Wyoming. Romney won 6 of the state's 12 delegates. Rick Santorum gained 3. Ron Paul won. Romney took the weekend off from campaigning, but he will be back at it first thing this morning. He'll be in Mobile at Whistle Stop Cafe at 7:30 this morning. We'll have more about that visit in the Port City coming up in our next half hour.
Well, if you're like me, you will be filling out that bracket today. And for the first time in 6 years, the University of Alabama is dancing. The Crimson Tide, number 9. In the Midwest bracket, they'll be facing 8th-seeded Creighton. In this 3rd season, Anthony Grant led Alabama to a 21-11 record. The 2 teams meet Friday in North Carolina. Tip-off is at 12:40 Eastern time, or local time, I should say, and the game will air on TBS. Creighton went 28-5 this year.
And you can match your March Madness picks with the president. Website for his re-election campaign is inviting visitors to the Obama Bracket Challenge. If you fill out a bracket on BarackObama.com, the campaign says it will publish a list of everyone who does better than the president.
And your bracket could also win you a nice little staycation in downtown Mobile. All you have to do is fill out a free bracket at the Joe Kane Cafe today between 10:30 and midnight. The best bracket wins a VIP stay at the Battle House Hotel.
Not a bad prize at all. All right, still to come on Local 15, meteorologist Kelly Foster says get your umbrella ready. Her full forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Plus, you may be surprised to hear how many babies are injured right in their own homes. We'll tell you how to protect them.
And WABD's new morning show kicks off with a free concert at Bel Air Mall. How you can participate after the break.
You're watching Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. If you see breaking news or breaking weather, call this number or send an email to local15@local15tv.com.
Hey Dylan, who's the RV experts?
Bay City!
Bay City RV in Theodore.
How you react to success says more than the success itself. When you're named the most technologically advanced in your class or the most luxurious, what should you do? Do you rest on your success? We prefer to build on it. The Chrysler Showcase event. Now lease the 2012 Chrysler 300 for $339 a month for well-qualified lessees.
Dutchman's Gun and Ammo, your single source for personal protection. Handguns, we got them. Rifles, we've got them. Civil War collectibles, we got them. World War II collectibles, we got them. Just about any military collectibles, we got them. And we will buy or trade your used gun. If you're an avid shooter, never owned a firearm, historical gun collector, or looking for solutions to personal protection, our trained professional staff can help. Dutchman's Gun and Ammo, your single source for personal protection.
Economic turmoil, national debt soaring. Why? Congressman Bonner voted for the $700 billion bank bailout and has taken huge campaign contributions from those bankers. Bonner voted with Obama to raise the debt ceiling, putting our families in debt and our nation at risk. There is another choice. Dean Young will never vote to raise the debt ceiling, never vote for another bailout, and will take a 25% pay cut. Vote Dean Young for Congress.
I'm Dean Young, and I approve this message.
The phone number on your screen could be very important to you. Thousands of Alabamians have lung cancer. If you have lung cancer, or if a family member died of lung cancer, call this number, 1-800-291-0050. The Cahey Law Firm, right here in Alabama, works to get cash settlements for people who have lung cancer or for family members of those who died of lung cancer. 1-800-291-0050.
Eyeglass World asks, what do you look for when you buy glasses?
I like to mix it up, so I need bold styles, classic styles, and affordable prices. Having lots of choices and saving money is important. That's why I come to Eyeglass World.
Only Eyeglass World gives you 2 pairs for $78, so you can always afford more than 1 pair.
My glasses are part of my personal style. They're me.
Eyeglass World. Glasses that make the difference. Prices that make it possible.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here.
From Local 15, the Weather Authority, this is meteorologist Kelly Foster's hour-by-hour forecast.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Here's a live look at traffic and I-10 at DIP. Looking good at this hour. No slowdowns, but we are going to be dealing with some heavy pockets in very short order. Here's what we've got going on currently, and notice these small thunderstorms popping up. We've got a squall line right now pushing through Harrison, Stone, as well as Perry County, Mississippi, and these are going to be pushing eastward in our direction within about the next 30 minutes or so. Our first stop is just north of I-10, and you can see along Cottage Hill Road near Dawes and Jackson Heights, we do have just some moderate rain right now. Heavy downpours in Baldwin County in between Perkins Landing and Upper Hall Landing, Mud and Shell Landing, just a steady rain. And here come the mean thunderstorms. They are lightning packed, heavy torrential downpours embedded within these storms. So if you have travel plans west of town this morning, especially along I-10, be weather aware. It is 67 right now in Mobile, 65 for Chatham, 68 for Pascagoula. And check out the clouds and the radar. We've got a front that's going to be pushing through the area as we progress through the morning hours. We will have less rain this afternoon compared to this morning. And it looks like we're going to stay pretty unsettled over the next couple of days. If you'll be traveling, it looks like this. 69 in Atlanta, wet weather for you. Dry for Dallas and Houston. Temperatures near 80, and in Charlotte, North Carolina, a few light showers with a temperature of 67 degrees. We're not finding any delays at any airports, so that is excellent news this morning. As as we show you your hour-by-hour forecast, it looks like this. 7 o'clock, we will have, notice those heavy pockets of rain near Citronelle, storms ramping up near Grove Hill, and then as we head towards lunchtime, primarily just a cloudy sky. All that wet weather will wind down. We'll begin to see more thunderstorms on the prowl right near the mouth of Mobile Bay by 6 o'clock this evening, also near Dolphin Island. And then as we head towards tonight, it looks like we'll see the shift towards our beaches near Gulf Shores, Romar Beach, and Mary Esther. For your Tuesday, isolated showers will be around, and that's really going to be the case all the way through a large portion of the work week. As far as your rain accumulation, it looks like areas right along I-10 and southward could pick up about an inch to an inch and a half of rain. Here is your 7-day forecast. 75 will be the high for today with the 40% chance of rain, 30% on Tuesday, stray showers Wednesday through Friday, and at this point, the upcoming weekend looks dry. We'll have a big warm-up coming tomorrow.
All right, Kelly, 519 is starting this morning. Some familiar voices will be hitting the airwaves on 104.1 WABD.
The former WABB morning crew will be back on the air. WABD plans to kick off the new morning show with a free live performance from the group Carmen at 9 o'clock in Bel Air Mall. The station formerly known as WABB is broadcasting contemporary Christian music now.
Well, after the break on Local 15 today, a popular baby food brand is sending out a recall. We'll tell you what to look for.
And Local 15 wants to help you save half on services from local businesses. Today, Doodle Designs is offering $20 worth of personalized vinyls for $10. To get the deal, go to local15tv.com. Click on the Group Pig logo.
Bobby Christina, just 4 weeks after her mother's death, we break down her emotional Oprah interview. Next ET.
Tonight at 6:30 on Local 15.
At the Jeep Showcase event, it wouldn't be enough to tell you that we've been named the best 4x4 of the decade, or to just say that this is the most awarded SUV of all time, or that we never stop pushing boundaries. People deserve proof, so that's exactly what they'll get. Test the best at the Jeep Showcase event.
Lease the 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $319 a month for well-qualified lessees.
How can Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich beat Barack Obama when on the vital decisions they're not much different? Like Obama, Gingrich supported individual health insurance mandates and lobbied for Freddie Mac. Mitt created Romney Care, the blueprint for Obamacare. And just like Obama, Romney left Massachusetts $1 billion in debt. Who can win? Rick Santorum. His bold plan will create jobs and cut spending. Rick Santorum for president. Red, White, and Blue Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Rivage Resort and Casino, your luxury escape on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
When in pain, you want a dedicated physician to help get your life back. At the Bolts Pain Center, we partner with you in managing your care in a relaxing, serene setting. Before you're faced with surgery, explore your options. Fellowship-trained physician, soothing environment, and family atmosphere. Bolts Pain and Wellness Center,
where we treat you like family.
Hi, I'm Hale Irwin. When it comes to Southern hospitality and great golf, Mississippi can't be beaten.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic.
What are you waiting for? Get your tickets today. You just can't miss the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic.
Chief meteorologist Derek Beasley is committed to delivering an accurate forecast every day. When he breaks into programming, there's a reason. The weather's severe. And when he boasts of a fabulous weekend, you know you can plan by it. Give him a few minutes of your time, and that's all he'll need to deliver his commitment. Chief meteorologist Derek Beasley on Local 15, the Weather Authority. Local 15 News is brought to you in part by American Carpets.
Welcome back, everybody. This cutie is Little Man. He's a black and brown dog. He loves to run and play. Tell us exactly what kind of dog he is.
Well, he is a mix. We think mostly Dachshund. He's got the long body and the short legs, just like a Dachshund, and black and tan. He's about 3 or 4 years old. He was picked up as a stray, and he's already been neutered, had all of his vaccines, and is ready to go home with you. He is super, super sweet.
All right. Well, he's not going to get any taller, but he could put on more weight, so you may want to watch how much you feed him. He's sweet as pie. He's been giving you kisses. He's been snuggling up on your lap. And if you would like to make Little Man a part of your home, please head down to the City of Mobile Animal Shelter and bring him a bag of dog food and some little bones to chew on. Thanks for being here.
That will be great. Thank you.
5:24 right now. In this morning's health news, new research from Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio finds an alarming number of kids are injured in their own home on their staircase. A child under 5 is rushed to the emergency room for a stair-related injury every 6 minutes in the United States. Although the number of such injuries has gone down over the past decade, a quarter of stair-related injuries among young kids occur in babies who fall while being carried.
And those children were 3 times more likely to be hospitalized because of their injuries.
Experts recommend parents who must carry a baby up or down the stairs have a firm grip on the railing and make sure the steps are clear of toys and other clutter. Experts also recommend wall-mounted infant safety gates at the top and bottom of the stairs. Attention parents, Gerber recalled some powdered infant formula. The recall includes Gerber Good Start Gentle powdered infant formula in the 23.2-ounce package. The product number is GXP1684 with an expiration date of March 5th, 2013. Gerber says there's no health risk, but the formula may have a foul odor.
In consumer news, major rental car companies are making some new additions that could help you avoid the high price at the pump. USA Today reports that they're offering more electric and hybrid rental options, but the higher daily rate to rent those cars could cancel out your savings on gas. Hotels are also going green, more of them installing electric charging stations. And Florida farmers have a bumper crop of strawberries, which means low prices for them, but also for you at the supermarket. The price for 100 pounds is down nearly $30 from January and $17 from this time last year. A warm winter brought that berry bounty to the Sunshine State. So cheaper prices on the strawberries when you head to the market. Not a bad idea. All right, stay with us. We'll have much more coming up, including some look at the rain. And it was nasty coming in this morning.
Yeah, make sure those windshield wipers are working. We'll have less rain activity during the afternoon, and I'll take a complete look at your Monday forecast coming up.
98.3 WDLT.
Acupuncture has been proven effective and shown a magical effect for relieving pain for over 3,000 years.
I had severe daily migraines until acupuncture, and Dr. Shung changed my life.
Dr. Shung has helped patients all across the Gulf Coast using acupuncture and can stop your pain today.
I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. Acupuncture has totally relieved my symptoms.
Treatment is available at 4 locations in Mobile, Pensacola, Biloxi, and Fort Walton. Call Dr. Shung now at the Chinese Acupuncture and Herbal Center.
It's time to gear up. It's time to start your truck with your smartphone. It's time to use satellites instead of maps. It's time to stop making excuses why you don't have the best, the latest, the most up-to-date. It's time to trade up to the best Sierra ever.
During GMC Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months when you purchase a 2012 Sierra Z60. Or trade in your eligible vehicle to get a total value of $6,000. GMC, why just go when you can go pro?
Chance you're not smoking poison? 0. Chance sex for drugs is a fair trade? 0. Chance you won't lose your soul? 0. Chance your life will be the only one ruined? 0. 0 meth.
Hi, Miss Smith. Hey, Miss Smith, how are you today? Good morning, Miss Smith.
Here's your prescriptions, Miss Smith. You have a great day. Come back to see us.
Thank you, Miss Smith. Come back and see us.
The neighborhood pharmacy is not a way of the past. At Edwards Discount Drugs, we'll not only know your name, we'll know your prescription.
In November 2010, Ben Brooks was reelected to the Alabama Senate, and within months of taking his oath of office in the Senate, he began campaigning for circuit judge. If elected judge, Brooks must quit the Senate and cannot honor his 4-year commitment to those who voted for him, and we, the taxpayers, will have to foot the bill for a special election for someone else to finish his job. Eaton Barnard is not a politician. He is an experienced attorney who is committed to be your circuit judge. Vote Eaton Barnard for circuit judge.
Now on Local 15.
Presidential candidates continue to cross the state before tomorrow's primary. We'll have the latest from the campaign trail.
Plus, President Obama is calling a shooting rampage in Afghanistan by a U.S. soldier tragic and shocking. What's next for the investigation?
And why Alabama's Indian casinos are seeing more growth than any other state in the country.
Breaking news, breaking weather from the Weather Authority. This is Local 15 Today.
Good morning, everyone. It is March 12th. Hope you had a great weekend. And for those of us who are lucky enough to still have it, it is the start of spring break for some people.
I remember that long time ago.
It's been such a long time. I miss it.
Yeah, but it's hard to believe the spring break has already started. But the problem is, today, not a great day to start your spring break, is it?
It is not. It's wet out there, and Kelly has a look at the weather, but hopefully the spring breakers will get some better weather as the week goes on, Kel.
Yeah, the weather is going to be improving. Take a look at the radar right now, and we've got a squall line off to the west. That's going to come pushing through here within the next hour or so, but we're watching right now just some light showers along Interstate 10 near the Tillman's Corner exit. We have a heavy downpour right now near Hollinger's Island near Stewart Road and Short Acres Drive. But it's this squall line off to the west that is going to cause some travel problems as we take you through the next hour. Notice it's bringing some lightning-packed storms to areas such as Long Beach, also up near Wiggins. This is in Harrison and Stone County, and soon to be pushing into Jackson and George. It's 67 degrees in Mobile right now, 68 for Pascagoula. And your hour-by-hour forecast shows we'll have a 40% chance of rain today at 9 o'clock, 67, low 70s by lunchtime, at 3 o'clock, 75, and by 5 o'clock's drive, we'll be right at 72. I'll have a more in-depth look at your Monday forecast and what's in store for the rest of the spring break week a little bit later in the show.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Just turned 5:31, and we are only a day away now from the presidential primary in Alabama and Mississippi, and candidates are pushing hard in the South.
Newt Gingrich and Rick Santorum have been making their way across Alabama while Mitt Romney campaigned in Mississippi. Here in Alabama, polling shows a tight three-way contest, but a win for Romney could all but bring the GOP nominating process to a close. The former Massachusetts governor has built a substantial delegate lead against his rivals, but he has yet to win a state in the South, home to the Republican Party's most conservative voters. And today, Romney will be making a stop here in the Port City. He'll be at the Whistle Stop Cafe at 7:30 this morning. Celebrity Jeff Foxworthy will also be there endorsing him. That event is open to the public, and hundreds are expected to be there.
Newt Gingrich is depending on wins in Alabama and Mississippi to keep his campaign alive. Saturday, he was in Robertsdale for a meet and greet with supporters before he headed over to Lulu's in Gulf Shores. His speech focused on offshore drilling and on the Gulf Coast and bringing gas prices down to $2.50. He also wants to abolish the Department of Energy, which he says stands in the way of energy development. Gingrich says under his plan, America could possibly become the #1 oil producer in the world.
Well, this morning, Rick Santorum nudging Newt Gingrich a little to step aside. Santorum, who decisively won Saturday's caucuses in Kansas, argued a head-to-head contest between himself and Mitt Romney should come sooner rather than later. The presidential hopeful was in Mobile this week trying to drum up support before tomorrow's primary. He spoke at the Alabama Policy Institute Forum at the Convention Center. Then he held a rally at Battleship Park.
New this morning, Alabama's chief election official estimates that turnout for Tuesday's primary will be high, but it will fall short of the record set 4 years ago. Secretary of State Beth Chapman estimates that 28.9% of voters will participate in the election. She says the Republican presidential candidate's emphasis on Alabama should ensure a good turnout, particularly with Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, and Mitt Romney returning to Alabama on the eve of the election. Alabama's record turnout for a presidential primary occurred in 2008, when 42.6% of registered voters participated.
Polls are open tomorrow from 7 until 7. Be sure to keep it right here on Local 15 tomorrow night. We'll have the latest returns as they come in, and we'll keep you updated as well on local15tv.com.
We expect to find out today who the finalists are for Mobile County's next superintendent. Dozens applied, but only 15 qualified, and today the field will be narrowed down to 3 finalists. Back in November, the board couldn't decide on hiring one of 3 finalists, so the process started all over again. Stay tuned to Local 15 Nonstop News tonight to find out who those finalists are.
A new study on the gambling industry shows Alabama's Indian casinos are making more money faster than any other state. The Mobile Press Register reported revenues for Porch Creek Indian Gaming grew 61% in 2010, giving Alabama the fastest growing rate among all 28 states with Indian casinos. And that's the 3rd time for this to happen in 3 years. The report credits the crackdown on PCI Gaming's competitors, such as Victoryland, in shorter and other state-regulated casinos. PCI Gaming President Jay Dorr says he has no doubt the state's anti-gambling efforts have helped his casinos.
Coming up on Local 15 today, the U.S. government is bracing for the worst after a U.S. soldier killed women and children during a shooting rampage in Afghanistan.
And gas prices continue to climb. We'll tell you how high they're going after the break.
You're watching Local 15. Breaking news, breaking weather.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here.
Feeling good is contagious.
The power lies within you.
The Dr. Oz Show. Catch it weekdays.
Weekdays at 3 on Local 15.
We have a moral responsibility not to spend more than we take in. Can't keep buying and spending and passing on debts to our kids. And I'll stop it. My test for the federal government is this. Is this program so critical, so important, that it's worth borrowing money from China to pay for it? It is a moral responsibility to believe in fiscal responsibility. We do, and I do.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
Who's buying scrap gold and out-of-date jewelry? Loop Coin and Jewelry in the Skyland Shopping Center. Who's buying silver bars and sterling silver? Loop Coin and Jewelry. Who's buying old coins, silver dollars, and rare numismatics items? Family owned and operated. Loop Coin and Jewelry, located at the corner of Government Boulevard and Azalea Road. We buy it all.
I highly recommend Eugene. To anyone that's looking for insurance, I recommend Eugene.
Eugene's the type of agent where I do trust him. I don't have to worry about what he's doing and what he's not doing. He's always going the extra mile for me.
If someone asks me, I refer them to forms and ask them for Mr. Mosley.
Obviously, integrity is the backbone of this business, and having the genuine interest of that customer at heart.
Pinpoint accuracy from Chief Meteorologist Eric Beasley on Local 15, the Weather Authority. Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 Today with Angela Martin, Pat Greenwood, and your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Kelly Foster.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We're watching this squall line that continues its journey towards the east. Some areas that will be impacted include Gulfport, Mississippi, St. Martin in Jackson County, Avra, Boothwell, Ocean Springs in Jackson County, and then the Jonathan and Wade area by about 5:53. We'll see this line hold together and push into Mobile and Washington County as we head in between 6:30 and 7 o'clock this morning. So make sure the windshield wipers are working and allow yourself some extra drive time this morning.
All right, thanks a lot, Kelly. 5:38, and there is reaction in Washington this morning to what Afghanistan officials describe as the senseless murders of 16 civilians by a U.S. soldier.
President Obama has apologized, but that may do little to mend the already strained relations between America and Afghanistan. Tracy Potts has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The shootings took place several hundred yards from a U.S. base in Afghanistan's Kandahar province. Afghani officials report that an American soldier opened fire on nearby villagers. President Hamid Karzai reported that 16 civilians were killed and demanded an immediate explanation from U.S. officials.
And the investigation is ongoing, which will include what was the reasoning and what was the circumstances of his doings.
The massacre threatens to fray an already tense relationship between the U.S. and Afghanistan. Sunday's killings come weeks after the accidental burnings of Qurans in the hands of American soldiers at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. The burnings sparked massive and violent protests throughout the country, resulting in the deaths of 30 people, including 4 U.S. soldiers. American officials say despite these recent incidents, they are dedicated to a strong relationship with Afghanistan.
We are committed to an enduring relationship with Afghanistan to obtain greater peace and security in the region, which is our common interest.
But some Afghanis say finding common ground is now out of the question.
This incident will have a very negative impact on the people of Afghanistan. This kind of action will give motivation to the people to stand against foreigner forces and stage protests.
Some are already calling for anti-American demonstrations on Monday. Frances Coe, NBC News.
The U.S. Embassy is warning Americans in Afghanistan to avoid public gatherings for their own safety.
A University of Maryland student is being held for a mental evaluation after he threatened to go on a shooting rampage on campus. 19-year-old Alexander Song is under arrest and charged with posting an internet threat. He wrote that he wanted to, quote, kill enough people to make the national news. He also warned people to stay away from the mall. Song faces misdemeanor charges.
We're asking you this morning about whether a video that's gotten tens of millions of views on Facebook is appropriate for children. That documentary film, Kony 2012, details the life of Joseph Kony, a rebel army leader in Africa. It claims he and his militia have killed civilians, forced children to fight for them, and turned girls into sex slaves. A third-grade teacher showed it to students in California, and we wanted to know if you think it's something children should see. Cynthia writes, they should not have showed it to third graders. I've seen the video and it is disturbing to me as an adult. Rebecca says, I would let my kids watch it if they wanted to. I would tell them about it first and see if they felt comfortable watching a video about it. We'd like to know your opinion. You can share it with us on our website, local15tv.com, or head to our Facebook page this morning.
Gas prices continue to climb across the country. Prices at the pump are up over 12 cents over the past 2 weeks. The national average for a price of regular is now $3.81, much less though in Mobile. Average price here is $3.59. You think it's bad here? How about Los Angeles? Highest gas prices in the country right now. They are paying $4.35 a gallon.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it. $5 gas is not an if, it's a when. When are we going to get to that number? And it may not get here to Mobile because we are always a little below the national average, but certainly the national average is headed that way.
No doubt about it. And you know, again, you look at $3.59, that's bad, but $4.35 over in LA, we'll take the $3.59.
Yeah, oh yeah, take the $3.59 any day over $4.35. Well, still to come at 5:42 on your Monday morning, meteorologist Kelly Foster says you'll need that umbrella this morning. It is wet out there. She'll get you updated on the latest on the storms headed this way and in our area. Plus, stores expecting a mad rush on the new iPads. When you can expect to see them in stores.
And starting this week, many of our beaches will be filling up with spring breakers. Find out why people travel from all over the world to experience what we have on the Gulf Coast.
You're watching Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. If you see breaking news or breaking weather, call this number or send an email to local15tv.com. Local 15 News is brought to you in part by American Carpets.
How can Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich beat Barack Obama when on the vital decisions they're not much different? Like Obama, Gingrich supported individual health insurance mandates and lobbied for Freddie Mac. Mitt created Romney Care, the blueprint for Obamacare. And just like Obama, Romney left Massachusetts $1 billion in debt. Who can win? Rick Santorum. His bold plan will create jobs and cut spending. Rick Santorum for president. Red, White, and Blue Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
I smoke while I'm watching cartoons. I have my first cigarette of the day when I get up. We smoke in the car on the way to school. I smoke while I'm coloring. I smoke during my nap.
When you smoke around your kids,
I'm down to about a pack a day.
it's like they're smoking. Secondhand smoke can hurt their lung growth and permanently damage lung functions.
I tried quitting. I need to try again.
Secondhand smoke, it's nothing to kid about.
Some journeys take us far from home. Some thrills lead us to our futures. Take the journey to value. Supreme efficiency. Superior assurance. Superb value. Only $399 per month. The 2012 Hyundai Genesis. From the imagination of your Gulf Coast Hyundai dealers. Value the journey.
It knows you. It fits you. Phone book. It listens to you. And with the available advanced package, it can help look out for your blind spots. The Acura MDX could be the smartest car you've driven.
Take advantage of attractive offers on the 2012 Acura MDX for well-qualified customers.
It's easy to tear someone down. Unfortunately, that's what Joe Bonner's opponents and out-of-state special interest groups are doing by distorting his record. But South Alabama knows better. We know Joe has brought jobs to our area and that he's a proven fiscal conservative who's fought the liberal Obama agenda. Washington hasn't changed Joe one bit, and I should know. Joe Bonner is my husband.
I'm Joe Bonner, and I approve this message.
Local 15 News, brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. From Local 15, the Weather Authority, this is meteorologist Kelly Foster's hour-by-hour forecast.
Good Monday morning, everybody. A live look at traffic. Notice roads are slippery. This is I-10 at DIP. There's going to be a lot of spray. We've had some heavy downpours while you were sleeping, so drive with caution this morning. Make sure the windshield wipers are working. We've got a bad squall line about to be pushing through. Here's a look right now at the radar scan, and check it out. We are finding a few showers this morning along Old Bayfront Road and Hannon Road. This is just south of downtown Mobile, and we're going to continue to watch thunderstorms pushing in from the west this morning. All of these storms will be headed eastbound. And take a look at some of the areas that will be impacted. Biloxi at 546, in our viewing area, the Jonathan area by 556, Ocean Springs in Jackson County. At the same time, Lucedale and George County at 558, Van Cleve and Jackson County at 6 o'clock, followed by Evanston. And there's a look at that squall line right now, about to be pushing into Jackson and George County. So we'll be watching this very closely. The primary threat with this line will be damaging winds. We've already had winds in excess with this system up to about 45 to 50 miles per hour. It's 67 right now in Mobile, 65 for Chatham, 68 right now for Pascagoula. If you'll be traveling, it looks like this in Atlanta, 69 degrees. Bright skies for Dallas and Houston, temperatures near 80, and in Charlotte, North Carolina, we'll be right at 67. As far as your hour-by-hour forecast, we're going to continue to watch thunderstorms push in from the west to the east, and then we'll see them fade down during the afternoon. 7 o'clock, heavy showers near downtown Mobile. By lunchtime, we get a nice break. And then as we take you towards about 6 o'clock this evening, more thunderstorms will be on the prowl near the mouth of Mobile Bay, as well as the downtown area. By 11 o'clock tonight, primarily Gulf Shores on over to Mary Esther. And then for your Tuesday, cloudy skies with about a 30% chance of afternoon showers. And we'll see stray showers as we take you through the end of the work week. Here's a look at the rainfall accumulation in Mobile, primarily areas Interstate 10 and south, where we could pick up about an inch to isolated areas an inch and a half. Here is your 7-day forecast. High today 75 degrees. We'll have a 40% chance of rain, down to 30% for Tuesday. Stray showers Wednesday through Friday. We're going to stay warm in the upper 70s, and at this point over the weekend it looks dry.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 5:48, and spring break officially starts for many today, but a few are already hitting the beach this weekend.
And it turns out they traveled from all across the world to visit the Gulf Coast.
I'm from Australia, Sydney, and I'm having a great time here in Alabama.
We're from Texas State, San Marcos. San Marcos, she said?
Yeah, it's something like that.
They like to party down there. I think they're one of the big party schools every year. Well, spring break starts for many colleges today. Congratulations to you. You're not up right now if you're on spring break, but boy, just enjoy it.
Or maybe you haven't gone to sleep.
You might not.
Maybe.
That's right. You might not. Looks like it'll be good weather. Kelly says mid-70s, upper 70s for the week and stray shower. So they ought to have a good time on the beach this week. Just after the break here on Local 15 today, if you're waiting on the arrival of that new iPad that you may have ordered, you may have to wait a little longer. We'll tell you why after the break.
You're watching Local 15. Breaking news, breaking weather. Watch Working Moms with Kim Thurman tomorrow on Local 15 News Today.
I don't have all the answers, but I do have the questions. And together, we can get more out of life every day.
Anderson Cooper, weekdays at 2, followed by Dr. Oz.
Great food, great fun, and great golf are all part of the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic. Get ready to get into the swing of spring as Nick Price, Bernhard Langer, Fred Couples, and more return to Fallen Oak and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, March 22nd to the 25th. Purchase your tickets today at 2012mgrc.com.
When you fly, fly easy with Pensacola International Airport. Fly easy. U.S. Airways is beginning nonstop flights from Pensacola to Washington, D.C. Reagan National Airport with 2 daily flights beginning in March. To learn more about new U.S. Airways flights, visit flypensacola.com. Point, pick, and click for the lowest fares on more daily flights to more destinations than any other airport in the region. Fly easy. Fly Pensacola International Airport.
At Palmer's Toyota Superstore, you're number one.
Palmer's Toyota's number one.
You're number one at Palmer's Toyota Superstore.
Palmer's Toyota's number one. All of our new and used Toyotas are specially priced.
Drive the 35 MPG Camry SE for $155 a month. Save $3,000 off all remaining 2011 RAV4s. Plus, get 2 years complimentary maintenance with every new Toyota.
Log on at palmerstoyota.com or come by the Palmer's Toyota Superstore, the family store.
Ah, so soft. Time out. Sweet.
With Charmin Ultra Soft, you can get that cushiony feeling you love while still using less. Charmin Ultra Soft is designed with extra cushions that are soft and more absorbent, and you can use 4 times less versus the leading value brand.
Ah.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin Ultra Soft?
Local 15 covers breaking news. Local 15 is there bringing you the big stories as they happen with live coverage from a news team that knows you need information now. And accurate weather information, rain or shine. Local 15 covers breaking news. Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. You're watching Local 15, the Weather Authority. You're watching Local 15 today.
Good morning, everyone. The 68 field team is set for the NCAA tournament. Kentucky, the #1 overall seed. Michigan State, North Carolina, and Syracuse joined them as top seeds. Check out the scene in Tuscaloosa yesterday. Plenty of reason for the Alabama team to celebrate. They are headed to the big dance for the first time in 6 years. The Tide is a #9 seed. They will battle the 8th seed, Creighton. The 2 teams meet Friday in North Carolina. In his 3rd season, Anthony Grant led Alabama to a 21-11 record. Creighton went 28-5 this year, so it's a tough draw for the Tide.
There's an excitement to get in, but really what you remember is winning. You know, so trying to put ourselves in a position where, you know, we can advance in the tournament. That's the goal. You know, to continue our season, to continue to play for as long as we can.
4 SEC teams were selected. Kentucky plays the winner of the Mississippi Valley State Western Kentucky play-in game on Thursday. Florida is a 7th seed. They battle 10th seed of Virginia Friday. And Vanderbilt, the SEC tournament champs, after upsetting Kentucky. They are a 5 seed. They face 12-seeded Harvard Thursday. March Madness, let it begin, should be an exciting tournament. That will do it for sports.
All right, it is time now to get clicked in. And while many of us use a personal computer to access the internet, statistics show more and more Latinos are going mobile. Diana Guevara has more.
From the workplace to virtually anywhere on the go, Latinos can't seem to part with their smartphones.
Internet usage is not as predominant as mobile brand usage.
And Fede Aburto would know. As the CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of E-Commerce, he says Latino mobile usage is growing 4 times faster than the general population.
It allows them to be connected, with the people they care about, even outside. There's heating.
According to the Pew Research Center, 25% of iPhone owners in the U.S. are Latino.
Companies are developing mobile apps, as we speak.
Former real estate developer Alex Goldstein is taking a novel approach to mobile applications with Elwiri.
E-L-W-I-R-I.
Which in Spanish means to chit-chat.
And I realized that there wasn't really one, device or one application that was really made for Hispanics by Hispanics. We got your phrase of the day, your joke of the day, video, promotion, border crossing information.
From food to fitness, the Tijuana native says Elwiri is the first lifestyle mobile app to be offered in Spanish.
So we want to really be able to offer something that was a little more tailored and not really done through a Google Translate button.
Easing communication across cultural boundaries while creating an answer to a growing demand.
And in other technology news, Apple fanatics, I hope you already pre-ordered the new iPad because it is sold out.
What?
Yeah, Apple unveiled the new tablet Wednesday. It's already sold out in pre-ordering. March 19th is the earliest shipping date for online orders. The new iPad will be available in stores March 16th. Huge crowds and long lines are expected. So if you haven't pre-ordered, you're out of luck until the 16th at least. And then
I'm acting like I have $500 to buy one. I really don't, but I was thinking about it. I was like, well, maybe I'll see what all the fuss is about. But I guess,
Would you be one of
when
those...
somebody tells you you can't have something,
Right.
even though you didn't really know if you wanted it, now you feel like, dang.
Would you be one of those people that would stand in line, though?
Oh, no.
No, I'm with you.
I don't stand in line for much.
No, and you see those lines wrapped around the corners, and people have been camping out. It's not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Kelly, would you stand in line?
No, only if I could somehow butt in line. Get in.
I bet you did a lot of that. Wink, wink. Hey, let me.
How are you?
Yeah. I bet you've done that a time or two.
I have. I've been it. Yes.
Well, it's wet outside this morning, so folks will need the umbrella and probably the rain boots too as they head.
Oh, there is so much water on the roads this morning. Really be careful. Watch for those pockets. And you know what? We're going to have improving conditions as we take you towards the afternoon. I'll let you know what's in store for the rest of the work week a little bit later in the show. Stay close.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here.
Since Barack Obama's inauguration, gas prices have doubled. They didn't go down when Obama bowed to Saudi oil princes, but they can go down under the Newt Gingrich $2.50 per gallon plan. The Gingrich $2.50 plan slashes gas prices by increasing domestic production, opening up offshore drilling, building the Keystone Pipeline, cutting red tape regulation. The Gingrich $2.50 plan stops the great gas holdup and puts money back in your pocket.
I'm Newt Gingrich, and I approve this message.
The phone number on your screen could be very important to you. Thousands of Alabamians have lung cancer. If you have lung cancer, or if a family member died of lung cancer, call this number, 1-800-291-0050. The Cahey Law Firm, right here in Alabama, works to get cash settlements for people who have lung cancer or for family members of those who died of lung cancer. 1-800-291-0050.
Chip to go goes here, goes there. Chip to go goes anywhere. Chip to go goes here, goes there. Chip to go goes everywhere. Goes here, goes there. Chip to go wherever you go.
Let Terry Thompson take you home in a new Chevy truck while saving you a ton of money during Truck Month.
And now, save over $10,200 on new Chevy Silverado crew cabs with 0 for 72.
Absolutely trust Terry Thompson for taking care of all my automotive needs.
Home. It's where we greet each new day, where we laugh till it hurts and cry because it hurts. Our home is here. We're a Gulf Coast family, brightening the lives of your family by helping you get back to life. Sad Home Health Care, caring for our community one person at a time.
Check this out. This is a brake pad they install at dealers and big auto repair chains. A set of these, set you back $200, may come with a year warranty. This is a front brake pad we install at Budget Brakes. A set of these, just $89.99 with lifetime parts and labor guarantee. Look the same to me. You could spend more. Why would you want to?
Visit budgetbrakes.com for locations and coupons. Brakes starting at $89.99. Alignments starting at just $59.99.
The big station, 93 BLX.
Now on Local 15.
A shooting in Pritchard leaves the community shaken and upset. We have video you'll only see on Local 15.
The Taliban vowing revenge this morning for 16 Afghans killed by a U.S. soldier.
And we're just a day away from the Alabama and Mississippi primaries. We'll tell you how you can meet the candidates.
Breaking news, breaking weather from the Weather Authority. This is Local 15 Today.
Hey, glad you're with us on this Monday morning as we start a new work week and school week, and it is Cyber Loafing Monday. By the way, you're a big fan of this, aren't you?
I just think it's a whole bunch of hoo-ha, or
Yeah.
whatever I can legally say on the air this morning. I don't believe it. I think there's a day for everything, but it is officially Cyber Loafing Monday, so we will explain what that means. I've never even heard of it before.
And basically, it's just tied to the fact that we lost an hour of sleep over the weekend. So what do you do when you lose sleep? That's what Cyber Loafing Monday is concerned about. Did you feel more tired yesterday because you lost an hour of sleep?
No, I didn't, because I just wake up when I want.
Well, see, I rearranged my schedule actually so I could sleep in yesterday.
Did you?
So so it was okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of people struggled yesterday, and they'll be struggling today because you did lose that hour, although you gained the sunlight, which I'm a big fan of. So that is if we actually have sun today.
Well, yeah, I know it's wet out there right now, and people could use that losing an hour as an excuse to come in late.
That's
that
true.
happens sometimes. But it is 6 o'clock right now, so we're keeping you on time this morning, and we're keeping you up to date on what's going on with the weather. Kelly's got a look right now, and there's a lot of different colors behind you there, Kelly, on the map.
That's right. There is a mean squall line right now in Mississippi, and it's heading in our direction. Hold on tight to the steering wheel this morning. We've got gusty winds with this line of storms, and we're also dealing with some lightning as well. Right now, it's pushed into George County right along Highway 57 near Riverview Estates, the Dale area, as well as Central, and moving close to Lucedale. As we slide into Jackson County, you can see it's near Dantzler and LaRue, about to be pushing onto Highway 57 and headed for Lucedale. Eventually, we'll see it move near Hurley, Wade, and then on into Mobile County. So we want you to keep it slow this morning. Lightning strikes have been at about 200 per hour, and the rainfall rates have been very substantial. This line is moving east at about 35 miles per hour. We'll see it move near Vernal at 602, Van Cleve at 607, Gaucher at 614. We're not tracking any severe weather with it, but there is going to be some strong gusty winds that can blow around any loose furniture or trash cans, that kind of thing. So you do have time right now in Mobile to secure any loose items around your home. At 67 in Mobile right now, mid-60s pretty much everywhere else. By 9 o'clock we'll be at 67, low 70s at lunch, 3 o'clock 75, and by 5 o'clock's drive we'll be at 72. I'll have a more in-depth look at your Monday forecast coming up.
Thank you, Kelly. Now to today's big story. Pritchard police are on the hunt for 3 suspects after a deadly shooting Saturday night.
It happened on Edison Street just before 8:30. Police say a man and woman were walking down the street when 3 men approached them and shot the man twice. 30-year-old Robert Savage was pronounced dead on the scene.
She advised that 3 black males came out from nowhere and pushed the subject down and then fired a couple rounds into his body.
Pritchard police had to call Mobile police for backup as a volatile crowd grew around the scene. Nobody was arrested in that outburst.
2 babies are doing fine after their strollers were hit by a hit-and-run driver in Bay Minette. 8-month-old Isaiah Thomas was airlifted to USA Trauma Center Saturday night after a speeding car ran into his stroller and another baby stroller as their mothers were walking them down Moran Street Saturday night. Both children have since been released from the hospital with bumps and bruises. Isaiah's mother says it's a miracle because her son wasn't even breathing when she picked him up from the roadside ditch.
My heart dropped. I couldn't do nothing but cry and screaming.
The alleged driver, Dwayne Brown, turned himself in and was booked into jail shortly after midnight Sunday.
Deputies in Santa Rosa County, Florida have arrested 3 men accused of holding a victim at gunpoint, robbing him, and then taking off in his truck. It happened at Gulf Breeze Car Wash just after 7 Saturday night. Officials say the victim was washing his car when 3 men walked up. One held a gun to his head, while the others took his wallet, keys, and cell phone. Yesterday, Pensacola police were tipped off that the suspects were at a motel. They were arrested after a short standoff.
A Mobile police officer shot by a robbery suspect is showing some signs of improvement this morning, and today you can honor him by donating blood. Officer Chad Wynn was shot in the chest during a robbery standoff at the Winn-Dixie on Government Street. He's now listed in serious condition. Police say 3 men, one of them an employee of the store, were trying to rob the place. All of them are charged with 5 counts of attempted murder and robbery. You can donate blood in honor of Officer Wynn today at Mobile Police Headquarters on Government Street. That blood drive will be from 8 until 5. One of the suspects, 18-year-old Jakeith Harrison, will be in court today for a bond hearing. All the other suspects have been denied bond so far, so we'll let you know what happens at his hearing later today on Local 15.
Cito Mobile hosted free airboat rides this weekend, with all donations going to the families of 4 Coast Guardsmen killed in a helicopter crash. Dale Taylor, Fernando George, Tom Cameron, and Drew Knight were killed when their chopper went down in Mobile during a routine training mission. Saturday, folks lined up to take those airboat rides on the Mobile Delta. At last check, more than $3,000 have been raised. All donations will go to the Coast Guard Foundation's Family Relief Fund.
Several of the animals rescued from a kennel in deplorable conditions are enjoying some new homes this morning. Dozens of animals were seized from the Purple Hearted Puppies facility in Summerdale back in January. And Saturday, more than 50 of those dogs were looking for a new home at an adoption event at Lulu's in Gulf Shores. Now, if you didn't get a chance to make it out, you can visit the Baldwin County Humane Society. That's where the animals are living until they find a forever home.
And if you have a high schooler at home, you may want to make note of this. The dates of the reading and social studies portions of the Alabama high school graduation exam have been changed by the Alabama State Department of Education. The reading portion will be given Tuesday, March 20th. Social studies portion will be given Friday, March 23rd, so mark your calendar. You certainly don't want to miss those dates. Well, coming up on Local 15 today, a shooting rampage by a U.S. soldier has leaders concerned about the safety of the rest of our soldiers overseas.
Plus, just one more day until the Alabama and Mississippi primaries, and presidential candidates still trying to get your vote.
You're watching Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. Local 15 News is brought to you in part by McDonald's.
He spent the money I lent him on alcohol and drugs instead of paying his tuition. That's what you wrote.
That is the truth.
Judge Judy. Today at 4, followed by Local 15 News.
More colors, more options, more inventory during Truck Month at Gulf Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Foley.
And with 0% financing or payments as low as $289, we know we have just the right new Dodge Ram truck for you.
So you make the drive.
And we'll make the deal.
There is a battle in Washington for the soul of our nation. Congress operates above the law and outside the Constitution. I'm Pete Ream, running for Congress against Joe Bonner, and I approve this message. Everyone has tightened their belts except the federal government. Debt is crushing our economy and enslaving our children. We must stop insane spending and balance the budget. I won't vote to increase the national debt. In the Navy, I took an oath to defend our nation. I'm ready to serve again to defend our Constitution. Vote Pete Ream, March 13th.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water. But a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
I'm Lauren Gessner, Distinguished Young Woman of Ohio. The University of South Alabama is one of the best choices I ever made. USA offers a wide variety of high-quality academic programs and dedicated faculty committed to the success of each student. USA offers a great campus atmosphere and lots of extracurricular activities, including football. USA's sunny Gulf Coast location makes it a fantastic place to spend your college years. The University of South Alabama is your perfect choice.
Discover your inner artist at Mobile's only contemporary ceramic studio, Chris Potts Pottery. Come in today and create a one-of-a-kind gift or schedule a party for any occasion. Birthdays, girls' night out, and more. Your ceramic masterpiece is here waiting for you. At Chris Potts Pottery, let your creativity flow. You paint, we'll do the rest.
Who says you can't have luxury and great fuel economy?
Up to 37 miles per gallon with the Chrysler 200 and payments starting at only $179.
Or $339 for a new Chrysler 300.
Gulf Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Foley.
You make the drive.
And we'll make the deal.
Chief meteorologist Derek Beasley is committed to delivering an accurate forecast every day. When he breaks into programming, there's a reason. The weather's severe. And when he boasts of a fabulous weekend, you know you can plan by it. Give him a few minutes of your time, and that's all he'll need to deliver his commitment. Chief meteorologist Derek Beasley on Local 15, the Weather Authority. Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 Today with Angela Martin, Pat Greenwood, and your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Kelly Foster.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Here is a live look at traffic, and you can see right now I-10 at DIP. There are some water pockets on the road this morning. There's going to be a lot of spray, and we are going to have the potential for more wet weather as we take you through the next several hours or so. We've got a squall line pushing through the area. Here's a look right now at the radar scan, and check it out. We continue to watch the squall line across Mississippi right now. Heavy downpours near George County as well as Jackson County, and these storms are lightning packed. Here's a closer inspection. You can see right along Highway 57 near Riverview Estates and the Dale area. We've got some heavy rain right now. As we head into Jackson County, you can see near the LaRue area, pushing towards Van Cleve, we're also finding some heavy pockets of rain. This entire line will continue to push east at about 35 miles per hour. As far as lightning strikes within the past hour, we've had 199 lightning strikes. Here's a look at the timeline on this. We'll see these storms move near Wade at 6:12, Gaucher by 6:14, and Malvella by 6:15 this morning. As far as our temperatures are concerned, right now in Mobile, it is 67 degrees, 68 for Pascagoula, 65 for Pensacola. In Crestview, it is 63, and in Hattiesburg right now, we are at 66 degrees. If you'll be traveling, it looks like this. In Atlanta, 69, Dallas, 81, dry in Houston at 79, and in Charlotte, North Carolina, will be right at 67. As far as your hour-by-hour forecast is concerned, it looks like this. 7 o'clock this morning, we are going to have some heavy downpours. This is during our morning rush. We're also going to have some gusty winds as that low-level moisture works in from the Gulf of Mexico. In fact, within some of these thunderstorm cells, winds could be gusting up to 45 to 50 miles per hour. By lunchtime, it will settle some. We'll still be left with quite a bit of cloud cover. And then as we take you into tonight, 6 o'clock, thunderstorms on the prowl near the mouth of Mobile Bay, pushing towards Gulf Shores. And then for tonight, as you head off to bed, still going to be pretty loud at the beaches. For Tuesday, cloudy, isolated showers coming in during the peak heating of the day, and it looks like morning fog is going to be an issue. As far as rain accumulation, we do expect about 1 inch to 1.5 inches along I-10 and points southward. Here is a look at your 7-day forecast. 75 will be the high for today, 78 for Tuesday with a 30% chance of rain, and then stray showers Wednesday through Friday. Your upcoming weekend looks cloudy but dry.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 6:11. Security is extremely tight in southern Afghanistan after a U.S. soldier goes on a deadly shooting rampage.
A U.S. staff sergeant who served 3 tours in Iraq is in custody this morning. He's accused of going from house to house, shooting and killing at least 16 civilians, most of them women and children, near his base in the Kandahar province. President Obama called Afghan President Hamid Karzai to express his condolences and insist this act does not represent America's military. But Karzai is calling the incident murder and a terrorist attack that will never be forgiven. The shootings could put American soldiers in the most danger they've faced during the 10-year war.
It was a senseless tragedy. The larger problem will be this is a spark landing on this tinderbox of Afghanistan following the Koran burnings.
Those Koran burnings just happened weeks ago. 6 American service members were killed during the riots sparked by the U.S. military's accidental burning of those holy books. The Taliban is already vowing revenge for yesterday's shootings.
Well, we are about 24 hours away from the polls opening in Alabama and Mississippi. Mitt Romney is starting his morning in Mobile. After taking the weekend off from campaigning, he'll be at the Whistle Stop Cafe at 7:30. This is how he started a rally last week in Jackson, Mississippi.
Governor said I had to say it right. Morning, y'all. Good to be with you. I got started right this morning with a biscuit and some cheesy grits, I'll tell you. Delicious.
One of Romney's rivals had a little fun with that comment over the weekend. Take a listen to what Newt Gingrich had to say at a campaign event in Birmingham.
Let me say, first of all, that I realize that Governor Romney indicated, I think it was yesterday, that he had finally tried grits. I just want you to know that as a Georgian, I understand grits. Well, I even understand cheese grits.
Rick Santorum spent time in Tupelo this weekend. He says he won't call for Gingrich to drop out, but he says he's hoping this will be a two-man race soon. He's confident about his chances to win the South.
We feel very good that we're in a position to still win it right out, and if we have to go to an open convention, we like our chances just as well. This is a conservative party. The establishment is trying to force a moderate Republican from Massachusetts down the throats of the American people. And if we have to go to a convention, we'll win at a convention. I have no doubt about that.
Santorum picked up a win in Kansas this weekend, while Romney won Wyoming.
Well, two teams out west seem to be the front runners in the Peyton Manning sweepstakes. The former Colts quarterback was spotted talking with head coach Ken Whisenhunt of the Arizona Cardinals in Tempe yesterday. He spent Saturday visiting with the Denver Broncos. Now Manning is back in Florida this morning. It's not clear if he will meet with the Miami Dolphins. A lot of folks thought they were the front runners. The former four-time league MVP will reportedly choose his next team this week.
More on that in trending, by the way, coming up at the end of our show. Well, from football to basketball, and for the first time in 6 years, Alabama is going dancing. Alabama made college basketball's field of 68. There you see the reaction once they got the news. Alabama, a number 9 seed in the Midwest. They'll face 8th-seeded Creighton. The two teams will meet Friday in North Carolina. Tip-off 12:40 local time. The game will air on TBS. Creighton went 28-5 this year. For Anthony Grant, he led the team to 21 wins in his 3rd season as head coach.
And if you're already filling out a bracket anyway, you may want to drop one off at the Joe Kane Cafe today between 10:30 and midnight. They're giving away a VIP stay at the Battle House Hotel to whoever has the best bracket. It's a free contest. All you have to do is go down there and enter to win.
Yeah, you never know, and what a prize, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind winning that prize, right?
Yep. Well, just ahead, life gets stressful, so how do you manage that stress besides winning the bracket contest at the Battle House? We have a few more stress-relieving tips for you coming up.
Yeah, we can't all be that lucky, so we'll let you know how you can decompress. Also, the time change may send many of you to the internet to surf. We'll tell you why after the break.
You're watching Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather. Local 15 News is brought to you in part by your Gulf Coast Hyundai dealers.
Are you a fan of Demoisier?
Demoisier who? Okay, you know you're smart. You just ordered a premium roast coffee and a savory sausage McMuffin for only $1 each off McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. So he has a certain je ne sais quoi.
The old hymn says, count your many blessings. I do every day. Growing up on a family farm, I was blessed to learn the importance of faith, hard work, and responsibility. Blessed now with a loving, wonderful family.
Judge Tommy Bryan, years of experience as a judge.
Ensuring justice and fairness for everyone.
Judge Tommy Bryan, rooted in faith and family, protecting our conservative values. Republican Judge Tommy Bryan for Alabama Supreme Court.
The phone number on your screen could be very important to you. Thousands of Alabamians have lung cancer. If you have lung cancer, or if a family member died of lung cancer, call this number, 1-800-291-0050. The Cahey Law Firm, right here in Alabama, works to get cash settlements for people who have lung cancer or for family members of those who died of lung cancer. 1-800-291-0050.
Hey Gulf Coast, at Trax Tire Pros, everything rotates around you. Come in before March 24th and receive a $70 MasterCard prepaid card after mail-in rebate when you buy any set of 4 new Michelin brand passenger or light truck tires. Plus, you'll get the peace of mind of the Michelin Promise Plan. Visit one of Trax Tire Pros' 9 convenient locations in Mobile and Baldwin County. Book an appointment online at TraxTires.com and like us on Facebook.
What if there was a place where eating felt more like dining? Experience the new Ruby Tuesday, where our Create Your Own Garden Bar comes free with any of our 30 items starting at $9.99.
The new Ruby Tuesday. It's all good here.
Economic turmoil, national debt soaring. Why? Congressman Bonner voted for the $700 billion bank bailout and has taken huge campaign contributions from those bankers. Bonner voted with Obama to raise the debt ceiling, putting our families in debt and our nation at risk. There is another choice. Dean Young will never vote to raise the debt ceiling, never vote for another bailout, and will take a 25% pay cut. Vote Dean Young for Congress.
I'm Dean Young, and I approve this message.
It's the Egg McMuffin of automobiles.
I'll take it.
You told me it was the Egg McMuffin of apartments.
Experts are calling it the Egg McMuffin of
science projects.
The one and only Egg McMuffin. It's just one of the ways to start your day 300 calories or less at McDonald's.
Gospel 900, 660 AM, WGOK.
You're watching Local 15 Today.
Welcome back, everybody. Heavy downpours right now in Jackson County, Mississippi. You can see approaching Popetown, Wade, Three Rivers, and already slamming Van Cleve. We're dealing with about 115 lightning strikes per hour just in Jackson County. The storm continues to race east at about 25 miles per hour. We'll see it move near Wade at 6:18 and Tanner Williams in Mobile County by 6:43.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 6:19 right now, and in this morning's health news, experts say 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from stress, which can be damaging to our health. John Lisk gave us some tips on how to manage stress and put some balance back in life.
What do laughter, exercise, and enjoying someone's company have in common? They may help reduce stress.
Stress can kill you, it can make you sick. We can't live without it, but you've got to learn methods to protect yourself from its harmful effects.
Relax the legs.
So job number 1, learn to relax. Really.
There's some specific breathing techniques, most of them derive from yoga, that are very powerful methods that just take a few seconds to do that really change stress levels in the body.
Simply make your breathing deeper, slower, and more regular. You can do it at your desk or in the car or whenever you think about it. Another way to calm the mind and body is through daily meditation. And though it's hard to fit into our day, exercise is a great stress reliever. If you feel angry or upset, a brisk half-hour walk or other form of exercise can relieve tension and elevate your mood. And what else should you add to your list of stress busters?
Making sure you get good sleep, avoiding excessive use of caffeine, which can worsen stress.
Learning how to relax and manage stress takes work, but know it's worth the effort and may help to protect your health. For today's Health Minute, I'm John Lisk.
In consumer news, nearly 60,000 medicine storage containers are being recalled. Turns out the RX locker can be opened without the combination by applying pressure to the latch. The recalled containers were made between May and December of 2010 and can be identified by the last 6 numbers in the production batch number. Recalled batch numbers end with 052010, 062010, 082010, and 122010. Well, logging on and checking out is what employers should expect today. You may call it Cyber Loafing Monday and blame it on daylight saving time. Tech Media Network cites a study from a Penn State assistant professor which found the hour's loss of sleep sends workers to the web where they spend more time than usual surfing online, particularly entertainment sites. The reason given, people exhibit less self-control when they're tired. The research was based on 6 years of data from Google, and they can base that all off of the 1 hour you lost of sleep.
1 hour
I
turns
don't know,
you
I'm
into
with
a
you.
loafer.
I don't know if I buy it either. But it gives you an excuse to go surf the web.
Yeah.
And hey, look, I'm cyber loafing.
It's
Cyber loafing Monday. I'm sure
everybody.
your boss would be just fine with that.
Don't tell him. In entertainment news this morning, John Mayer fans will have to wait to see the singer perform live.
Mayer says he has been forced to cancel his upcoming tour. The 7-time Grammy winner says a throat problem has flared up again. It was going to be his first U.S. tour in 2 years. Mayer is not sure when he will be able to return to the stage.
And Dr. Seuss's The Lorax dominated the weekend box office. The flick took in more than $39 million in its second weekend on the big screen. Disney's latest blockbuster production, John Carter, had to settle for second place. The 3D sci-fi adventure earned $30.6 million, and Project X rounded out the top 3. So Dr. Seuss's The Lorax, is that something that
I'm quite sure it's on our agenda
you're going
sometime
to see
down
in the Greenwood household? Yeah, not this weekend. You didn't go?
No, I didn't go this weekend, but I'm sure we will. Although, you know, John Carter, the one that came in too, $30.6 million, which isn't that bad, but then you consider it cost $250 million to make.
That's that one that was really expensive.
Yeah, so they're a little worried. I think it did better overseas, but still, they got a long way to go to just break even on that one.
Wow.
All right, coming up on Local 15 today, a social media site attracting a lot of business. We'll tell you how they're using the site to market their products. That's coming up with weather and traffic when we get back.
You're watching Local 15. Breaking news, breaking weather.
Visit your Land Rover retailer through April 2nd for the Drive the Extraordinary sales event.
It's easy to tear someone down. Unfortunately, that's what Joe Bonner's opponents and out-of-state special interest groups are doing by distorting his record. But South Alabama knows better. We know Joe has brought jobs to our area and that he's a proven fiscal conservative who's fought the liberal Obama agenda. Washington hasn't changed Joe one bit, and I should know. Joe Bonner is my husband.
I'm Joe Bonner, and I approve this message.
Maloof Furniture and Design, home of the largest selection of famous name brands from New Orleans to Jacksonville, is having a factory-authorized sale. Famous name brands like Serta Mattress, Hunter Douglas Window Fashions, Row Upholstery, Stanley and Coastal Living bedrooms and dining rooms, Lane Venture Outdoor, and many more. It's the factory-authorized sale for 1 week only at Maloof, Highway 59 in Foley.
The power of ah. Brought to you in part by Alabama Power. Always on.
Shop Silver Sands Factory Stores. With over 100 designer names, it's the nation's largest designer outlet center. Shop and save up to 70% every day on your favorite brands like Michael Kors, Talbot's, Banana Republic Factory Store, Le Creuset, Esprit, Brooks Brothers Factory Store, Cole Haan, Saks Fifth Avenue Off Fifth, and many more. Make Silver Sands Factory Stores your shopping destination.
With a Culligan water system, you can get spot-free glasses and bottled quality water right at your fingertips. Just say, "Hey, Culligan Man," today to take advantage of this special offer.
Local 15 News is brought to you in part by Mullinax Ford.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a very strong squall line right now pushing through Jackson and George County, knocking on the doors of Washington and Mobile County. The squall line's racing east at about 25 miles per hour. We're going to see it move near Escatawba by 6:30, Shipman at 6:33, then Moss Point, Mississippi by 6:35, Pascagoula at 6:36, and then moving into Mobile County near Moffett at 6:40, Tanner Williams at 6:43, followed by Wilmer and Vinegar Bend at 6:45. So make sure the windshield wipers are working this morning and allow yourself extra drive time.
Well, time to do a little coastal cooking. We're at the Bruno's Supermarket in Spanish Fort with Maurice and Angela. And Angela, what do we have for us this morning?
We're actually going to start preparing our Chinese takeout lemon chicken, which is a very good recipe and is very healthy as well.
And that's one of the keys that we're stressing today. And Maurice, you are doing what with the chicken?
Well, right now I'm just going to brown the chicken off. We're going to add a little cayenne to it. And to make it a little spicy, it also has a little sweet taste later on that we're going to hook up. And that'll be it until we brown the chicken up.
Yeah, in cooking healthy, there's a reason we're cooking healthy this morning, isn't it?
Yes, there is. Next week, next Wednesday here at our Spanish Fort Bruno's, we're going to have a health fair from 10 to 2. So you'll be able to come out and get free blood pressure testing, free blood sugar testing. We'll have a nutritionist here as well. And we'll also be going over some healthy recipes for, people with diabetes. That'll help.
And so everything here that we're going to see today is all approved, diabetic approved.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Maurice, how difficult is it to cook healthy? I mean, that's what everybody's trying to do these days.
This dish is not real hard at all. This has a prep time of 10 minutes, a cooking time of 19 minutes. Once we brown this chicken off really well, we want to make sure it's cooked all the way through when you're using poultry. And then we're going to just add some bell pepper, garlic to it, add a little color to it. And this recipe is not hard at all.
Okay, well, good stuff. Well, we're going to let you brown the chicken and our Chinese lemon chicken. More on that coming up in our next half hour. Stay with us.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here.
How can Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich beat Barack Obama when on the vital decisions they're not much different? Like Obama, Gingrich supported individual health insurance mandates and lobbied for Freddie Mac. Mitt created Romney Care, the blueprint for Obamacare. And just like Obama, Romney left Massachusetts $1 billion in debt. Who can win? Rick Santorum. His bold plan will create jobs and cut spending. Rick Santorum for president. Red, White, and Blue Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Hale Irwin. When it comes to Southern hospitality and great golf, Mississippi can't be beaten.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic.
What are you waiting for? Get your tickets today. You just can't miss the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic.
Know how it happened.
But nothing else matters.
I went to get some today.
Yeah. I'll go again tomorrow.
I had never heard of it before.
But now, I know.
March 13th is a very important election. On that day, you will have an opportunity to choose someone who will respond to your calls within 24 hours, who will restore trust in Mobile County government, who will open up the checkbook and provide transparency in all spending, who will reduce unnecessary regulation and bureaucracy and bring jobs to Mobile County. I am that person. My name is John Williams, and I'm asking for your vote on March 13th.
Paid for by the John C. Williams County Commission campaign.
Hell hath no fury like a diva scorned.
If she finds out you want to replace her, it'll make it worse.
Tonight on Smash, the dish hits the fan.
No one has to know.
I can do this.
She's sensitive to drugs.
New Smash, tonight after The Voice, here on NBC.
What makes NBC's new show Fashion Star one of a kind? You can actually buy the winners at Macy's, Saks, and H&M online and in stores the very next day.
Let's go shopping.
The premiere of Fashion Star tomorrow after The Biggest Loser here on NBC.
Now on Local 15.
Presidential candidates continue to cross the state before tomorrow's primary. We'll have the latest from the campaign trail.
Plus, President Obama is calling a shooting rampage in Afghanistan by a U.S. soldier tragic and shocking. What's next for that investigation?
And we'll tell you why Alabama's Indian casinos are seeing more growth than any other states in the country.
Breaking news, breaking weather from the Weather Authority. This is Local 15 Today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Local 15 Today on this Monday. It is March 12th, 6:32. In this half hour, we're going to talk about Pinterest. Do you know what Pinterest is?
My wife does. I've heard her talk about Pinterest, and all she told me is that it's a site that I would have no interest in whatsoever. So I said, okay, good enough. You can go to Pinterest, and that's fine.
Pat would not be interested in Pinterest.
I'm not a Pinterest guy.
Well, we are going to get you updated. We'll have a primer on what Pinterest is. A lot of folks already know. Right. I need a little bit of an education on what Pinterest is, so I'm looking forward to it. We'll find out this half hour. We'll also find out what the drive into work will be like for you this morning. It's going to be wet, Kelly. We know that for sure.
That's right. In fact, Angela and Pat, we have some really strong thunderstorms knocking on Mobile County's door. They're coming in from George and Jackson County, and we're also going to see quite a bit of lightning. These storms are lightning packed. We've had about 190 lightning strikes within the past hour. This line's going to move near Shipment at 6:33, Pascagoula 6:36, Moffett and Mobile County at 6:40, followed by Tanner Williams, Wilmer, Vinegar Bend, and Big Creek Lake Dam in between 6:45 and 10 till. We're not tracking any severe storms, but there's a lot of gusty winds and heavy downpours with this line. Heaviest rain right now near Three Rivers, Hurley, and Popetown in Jackson County, and in George County near Mavella and Agricola. And you can see it's moving right along Highway 98, headed for Wilmer, Crawford, and the Sims area. Here's a look at our temperatures. 67 right now in Mobile, 68 Pascagoula, mid-60s inland. By 9 o'clock, we'll hit 67, 73 by lunch. At 3 o'clock today, mid-70s, and by 5 o'clock, drive 72. I'll have a more in-depth look at what's in store for the rest of the work week coming up.
Kelly, 6:33. We're only a day away now from the presidential primary in Alabama and Mississippi, and candidates are pushing hard in the South.
Newt Gingrich and Rick Santorum have been making their way across Alabama. Mitt Romney campaigned in Mississippi. Here in Alabama, polling shows a tight three-way contest, but a win for Romney could end the GOP nominating process. The former Massachusetts governor has built a substantial delegate lead at this point, but he has not yet won a state in the Deep South, home to the Republican Party's most conservative voters. Well, today Romney is making a stop here in the Port City. He'll be at Whistle Stop Cafe at 7:30 this morning. Celebrity Jeff Foxworthy will be there to endorse Romney, and that event open to the public. Hundreds are expected to attend.
Well, Newt Gingrich is depending on wins in Alabama and Mississippi to keep his campaign alive. Saturday, he was in Robertsdale for a meet and greet with supporters before heading out to Lulu's in Gulf Shores. His speech focused on offshore drilling on the Gulf Coast and bringing gas prices down to $2.50. He also wants to abolish the Department of Energy, which he says stands in the way of energy development. Gingrich says under his plan, America could possibly become the #1 oil producer in the world.
Well, this morning, Rick Santorum is nudging Newt Gingrich to step aside. Santorum, who decisively won Saturday's caucuses in Kansas, argued a head-to-head contest between himself and Mitt Romney should happen sooner rather than later. The presidential hopeful was in Mobile this week trying to drum up support before tomorrow's primary. He spoke at the Alabama Policy Institute Forum at the Convention Center, then held a rally at Battleship Park.
New this morning, Alabama's chief election official estimates that turnout for Tuesday's primary will be high, but it'll fall short of the record set 4 years ago. Secretary of State Beth Chapman estimates that 28.9% of voters will participate in the election. She says the Republican presidential candidate's emphasis on Alabama should ensure a good turnout, particularly with Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, and Mitt Romney returning to the state on the eve of the election. Alabama's record turnout for a presidential primary occurred back in 2008 when 42.6% of registered voters participated.
And polls are open tomorrow from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. Be sure to keep it here on Local 15 tomorrow night. We will have full election coverage as the latest returns come in, and we'll also have you updated on local15tv.com.
We expect to find out today who the finalists are for Mobile County's next superintendent. Dozens apply, but only 15 qualified. And today, the field will be narrowed down to 3 finalists. Back in November, the board couldn't decide on hiring one of 3 finalists, so it started the process all over again. Stay tuned to Local 15 Nonstop News tonight to find out who those finalists are.
A new study on the gambling industry shows Alabama's Indian casinos are making more money faster than any other state. The Mobile Press-Register reported revenues for the Porch Creek Indian Gaming grew 61% in 2010, giving Alabama the fastest growing rate among all 28 states with Indian casinos. That's the 3rd time in 3 years. The report credits the crackdown on PCI Gaming's competitors, such as Victoryland and other state-regulated casinos. PCI Gaming President Jay Doris says he has no doubt that the state's anti-gambling efforts have helped his casinos.
So to come on Local 15 today, those gas prices continue to go up. We'll tell you how high they are in some parts of the country.
And a social networking site starting to attract the business community. We'll tell you why after the break.
You're watching Local 15, breaking news, breaking weather.
A graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, a veteran of the war in Vietnam, A circuit court judge and Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Roy Moore, stood up to the ACLU and liberal judges to preserve our rights and freedoms. Roy Moore knows our liberty is given by God, not government. Judge Roy Moore will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Alabama. Judge Roy Moore for Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court.
I'm Jim McAleer. To know you are getting the lowest price on quality office furniture, home office furniture, systems furniture, and home entertainment centers, see us first or see us last. Just be sure to see us. McAleer's, Mobile, and Pensacola.
Susan is all about high efficiency. She has a high-efficiency washing machine and the world's most efficient water softener, the Culligan High-Efficiency Water Softener. It saves you up to 46% in operating costs. Call your local Culligan man today.
In her natural habitat, the tissue monster was quite mild. But when she used tissues, she went crazy wild. Tissue after tissue, she always took a ton. Until Mom explained, with Puffs Ultra Soft and Strong, you only need one. 2 times stronger than the leading value brand. They always win this test. Soft, non-lotion pillows, they're sure to impress. Now the tissue monster had gone away, and Puffs Ultra Soft and Strong saved the day. And those in need deserves Puffs Ultra Soft and Strong indeed. For those who prefer lotion, try Puffs Plus Lotion.
Mitt Romney.
I can't figure out what he stands for. It changes. I just don't relate to Romney.
I really don't know if I can trust him.
He doesn't have the strength to stand up against Obama.
Newt Gingrich can beat Obama.
I want somebody that will fight for our beliefs.
We're looking at $5 and $6 gas. Romney's not the type to pump his own gas.
Newt's got a plan for American-made energy.
More American jobs.
Just really put Obama to shame.
It's time to choose.
Winning Our Future is responsible for the content of this message.
Local 15 News is brought to you in part by your Gulf Coast Hyundai dealers. Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 Today with Angela Martin, Pat Greenwood, and your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Kelly Foster.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Live look at traffic I-10 at DIP. We're not finding a whole lot of heavy rain here currently, but we are expecting some within the next 30 minutes. Here's a look at the radar, and we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in place right now for Mobile County until 7:30. It includes central Mobile County and southern Mobile County, and it's all due to the squall line that we've been watching all morning long that's crossing in from George and Jackson County. It's lightning packed. We've seen about 190 lightning strikes within the past hour. Here's a look at some of the areas that will be impacted. We're going to see this storm move near Moffett at 640, Tanner Williams at 643, Wilmer by 644, Vinegar Bend at 645, Big Creek Lake Dam at 647, followed by Deer Park and Seven Hills at 10 till 7, Georgetown at 652, Hutchins Elementary School at 653, and then the Dawes community by 655. So again, heavy amounts of rain, and this primary threat with the severe thunderstorm warning is going to be gusty winds up to about 55 miles per hour. You can see Hurley's getting pounded right now, right along 614 south towards the Wade area, Three Rivers, and also near Popetown. As we take you into George County, Malvella, Agricola getting in on some wet weather along 613 and along Highway 98 from Latonia down through Wilmer, and we're going to see this move near Boothtown, the Crawford area, as well as Sims. So keep your weather guard up. We'll be watching that system very closely. It is 67 degrees right now in Mobile. It is mild. It is wet this morning. You will definitely need the umbrellas and the rain boots. If you'll be traveling, we do expect wet weather in Atlanta. 69 will be the high there. 81 for Dallas, close to 80 in Houston. We'll have dry weather in Texas and Charlotte, North Carolina. A few isolated showers with a high there of 67 degrees. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast, and at 7 o'clock, there's that thunderstorm that we're keeping a very watchful eye on. We'll be watching some rotation within that storm due to the fact that we've had a very strong southerly wind flow coming in, and there's some winds beginning to veer and shift in the upper levels. We've seen a little bit of weak rotation within that storm, but for now, we only have a severe thunderstorm warning. By lunchtime, it's going to be primarily cloudy. By 6 o'clock this evening, more storms firing up near Gulf Highlands. And then by 11:30 tonight, wet weather for Gulf Shores. For your Tuesday, clouds with about a 30% chance of late day showers. As far as rain accumulation today, we do expect about 1 inch to 1.5 inches along I-10 and point southward towards our coastline. Here is your 7-day forecast. High today, 75 degrees, upper 70s for Tuesday. Stray showers showers Wednesday through Friday. And at this point, the weekend looks cloudy, but we're not expecting a washout. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in place for Mobile County until 7:30 this morning.
All right, thanks, Kelly. 6:42, and just when you thought you had the social media, just when Facebook thought it had cornered the social media market,
along comes a new site that has millions already pinned an interest in. Details from NBC's Chris Clackham.
Welcome to the fastest growing social network you've probably never heard of.
Yeah, Pinterest is the newest phenomenon of substance in social media.
Pinterest is a social photo sharing website, a digital pinning board where for now 2/3 of its visitors are women.
Think of it as a bookmarking site where you're basically bookmarking images and sharing your interests with people.
It has captured the attention of millions, and because it can generate conversation about products, business and Wall Street are watching too.
For the month of February, they had over 100 million total visits from consumers. This is a site that continues to see phenomenal growth over the last few months.
Although the site's mission statement is to, quote, connect everyone in the world through the things they find interesting, it clearly has huge word-of-mouth advertising potential.
If I say, wow, this is the greatest pizza I ever had, and I put up a picture of a pizza, whether I took it or whether it comes off the restaurant's website, I kind of told you the whole story right there.
If only it were that simple for the founders of Pinterest to make money. The company operates the website in California with 16 employees, virtually no revenue, and therefore no profit. A picture that might change, though, if millions continue flocking to the site. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Yeah, the more
you
people,
gotta find a way to make money.
The more people that go on it, the more they're going to say, you know, we need to make some cash on this. All right, just ahead on Local 15 today, our U.S. soldiers may be in more danger in Afghanistan after a soldier kills 16 citizens. We'll have more coming out.
You're watching Local 15. Breaking news, breaking weather.
Nobody beats Treadwell. 2012 Honda Accords, just $18,890. Hurry to Treadwell Honda. 1-800-NEW-HONDA.
It's all here. Watch Working Moms with Kim Thurman tomorrow on Local 15 News Today.
We have a moral responsibility not to spend more than we take in. Can't keep buying and spending and passing on debts to our kids. And I'll stop it. My test for the federal government is this. Is this program so critical, so important, that it's worth borrowing money from China to pay for it? It is a moral responsibility to believe in fiscal responsibility. We do, and I do.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
We believe keeping kids healthy can start with healthy hands. With the Lysol no-touch hand soap system, healthy hands can be automatic. For healthy tips and more, visit Lysol.com/missionforhealth.
I'm bankruptcy attorney Stephen L. Klimjak. If you're facing repossession, foreclosure, or overdue bills, and you're just not sure what to do, call me first.
Call attorney Stephen L. Klimjak for a free consultation. 694-0600.
Introducing Mullinax Ford and a new way to buy a car in Mobile. At Mullinax Ford, we make car buying easy. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $4,500 in Ford rebates and discounts on 2011 F-150 XLTs, including those with the fuel-efficient EcoBoost engines. Mullinax has 80 2011 F-150s that gotta go. Upfront pricing, no dealer fees, huge selection. That's easy. That's Mullinax in West Mobile on Airport Boulevard. Find your next Ford on MullinaxFord.com.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water. But a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
You're watching Local 15, the Weather Authority. You're watching Local 15 today.
It's 6:46 now. Some in Afghanistan are calling for protest today after what their government and lawmakers in Washington call a senseless act of violence.
A U.S. soldier shot and killed 9 children, 3 women and 4 men, just 500 yards from a U.S. military base in southern Afghanistan. No one knows why at this point. He is in custody. President Obama called Afghan's president to apologize, but that may not go very far at this fragile time in American and Afghan relations.
These incidents, and in particular
the short distance between the incidents that we've seen in the recent weeks are a burden and are of concern for ISAF.
NATO's sitting in a tinderbox, and this could be the spark that unravels our presence in Afghanistan.
Afghan's president says this is an intentional act that will never be forgiven. It was just a month ago that the U.S. military admitted to accidentally burning the Qurans over in Afghanistan, and that incident sparked deadly riots that claimed the lives of 6 American service members.
Well, University of Maryland student is being held for a mental evaluation after he threatened to go on a shooting rampage on campus. 19-year-old Alexander Song is under arrest and charged with posting an internet threat. He wrote that he wanted to, quote, kill enough people to make the national news. He also warned people to stay away from the mall. Song faces misdemeanor charges.
Gas prices continue to climb across the country. Prices at the pump are up 12 cents over the past 2 weeks. The national average for a price of regular is up to $3.81. In Mobile, we're paying $3.59, so it's better here. But in Los Angeles, oh, they have the highest gas prices in the country right now. It's $4.35 out west.
And we want to say happy birthday to the Girl Scouts. The organization turns 100 today. Juliette Gordon Lowe founded the Girl Scouts in Savannah, Georgia in 1912 with 18 girls, and today there are 2.3 million active Girl Scouts across the country.
All right, well, here's a look at the radar scan, and right now we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in place for Jackson County, Mississippi until 6:45. Mobile County until 7:30, and Mobile Bay from Pensacola to Pascagoula, a special marine warning until 8 o'clock. Here's a look at the squall line, and as you can see right now, crossing into Mobile County, we've had about 25 lightning strikes within the past hour. The storm system will move near Pascagoula at 6:52, Magnolia Grove Golf Course at 6:54, Chinchilla at 6:56, Cushla at 6:58, Airport and University by 6:59, and the Crichton community by 7:04. I'll have a more in-depth look at your forecasts coming up.
Well, Coastal Cooking continues from the Bruno's Supermarket in Spanish Fort. And when we last left, we had just browned the chicken. And now, Maurice, you've added some stuff to it. What's in there?
I have some sugar snaps in here. I have some yellow and red bell pepper. Not only does it give it flavor, but it's a lot of color to this dish. In this little container here, I've added, I know y'all are going to say I'm crazy, it's Jell-O.
Jell-O on chicken?
Lemon-flavored Jell-O with some cornstarch and a little garlic. And that's where all those sweet tastes will come from. And once we finish, all we have to do is let it simmer for about 3 minutes until this thickens up. And we're going to have a wonderful tasting dish.
Now, what possessed you to say, I'm going to put some Jell-O on this and see what happens?
Well, actually, this recipe, usually we take recipes and change a few things. So we came across this recipe and saw the Jell-O. I said, I want to try that because I wanted to taste it. And it turned out really great.
All right, now over to my right, we have Angela, and you got a little, is this a fruit cinnamon dip? Is that what this is?
Exactly.
Okay, you've been preparing this. What did you put in it?
This, you have a little apricot preserve, and you have yogurt, and also you have cream cheese that you mix together with it, and it's great to top your fruits with, you know, kiwi, strawberries, cantaloupe, honeydew, and it's sweet enough, and it's not too sweet for those that are, you know, want the healthy eating. But if it's not as sweet as you like, you can also add a touch of honey to it for a little bit more sweetness to it.
Now, the chicken over here is healthy as well, so you got to sacrifice taste with health, or at least that's always the thought. Is that the case here?
No, it's not, because it actually tastes good, and if you were tasting it or eating it, you would think, well, that's actually really good, you know. So a lot of people think that because it's healthy, it's nasty, but that's not always the case at all.
And then lastly, big event coming up here on Wednesday. Tell us about it.
Yes, we'll be having our health fair here at our Spanish Fort Bruno's from 10 to 2. We'll have a nutritionist here. You'll be able to get your blood sugar tested and your blood pressure tested, and we'll also have more healthy recipes to pass out and demonstrate for those who are, you know, want to get on the healthy eating.
All right, good stuff. Well, Angela, thanks for the time. Maurice, we appreciate it. And all these recipes, by the way, are online at local15tv.com. And still to come on Local 15 today, Tim Tebow's future may be changing. We'll tell you how.
Plus, Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina, talks in her first interview since she lost her mother, what she had to say.
And how one mother is punishing her son for stealing.
But first, here's a look at what's coming up on the Today Show with Matt Lauer.
Good morning. Coming up on a Monday here on Today, a U.S. soldier accused of killing 16 villagers in a shooting rampage in southern Afghanistan this morning. The Taliban is vowing revenge. We're going to have the latest on that developing story. Also ahead, GOP presidential hopeful Rick Santorum will join us for a live interview on the eve of tomorrow's crucial primaries in both Alabama and Mississippi. Plus, did a JetBlue crew make the right or wrong call when they removed a family from a flight because their 2-year-old was having a temper tantrum? That family will speak out in an exclusive live interview. And our plaza is already packed for a special live concert from the hottest new act in music, a group called One Direction. You'll hear their sound when we get started on a Monday morning, right here on Today.
Watch Working Moms with Kim Thurman tomorrow on Local 15 News Today.
Only one candidate for Congress has stood up to Barack Obama, Joe Bonner. Bonner said no to the failed stimulus, no to wasteful spending, and no to Obamacare. Bonner has said no to Obama's higher taxes and excessive regulation so we can bring new jobs to South Alabama. Congressman Bonner is fighting every day to protect our freedoms and defend our constitutional liberties against Obama's socialist agenda. Conservative Joe Bonner.
I'm Joe Bonner, and I approve this message.
I was bone-weary tired. Mental clarity, I just didn't have it. My attention span was next to nothing. I just really felt miserable. Once I had Amoravie hormone replacement therapy, my mental clarity came back. My energy level increased 100-fold, and I feel like a new woman. I'm not a professional spokesperson, but I am a real patient of Amoravie therapy, and I can tell you, it works. Call today.
At Gulf Chrysler, we live up to our reputation
of making incredible deals on new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles.
We know your expectations are high, and we know that we can meet them. We make it easy for you to get price and payments in just moments.
We have one of the largest inventories and a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager to assist you.
And when your vehicle needs service, our Quick Lube Center will have you out in no time.
So for sales and complete service, see us at Gulf Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Foley.
So you make the drive, and we'll make the deal.
I'm John Graham, running for Mobile County Commission with support of law enforcement, firefighters, and working families. These people know we have a problem all the way to the top of Government Plaza, and it's not just a leaky roof. It's a local government that's not responsive, a government that doesn't serve its people. I know how to serve. As a former Marine, retired police officer, small business owner, service has been my life's work, and I look forward to serving you.
March 13th, vote John Graham, Mobile County Commission.
Local 15 News is brought to you in part by Citron Law Firm. You're watching Local 15 Today.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in place for Mobile County until 7:30 this morning. We're talking winds gusting as high as 60 miles per hour. Heavy downpours, and these storms are lightning packed. Right now, the heaviest rain in Mobile County is near Union Church, Galloway Landing, and Seven Hills. Also near Tanner Williams along Highway 98 in between Sims, Crawford, Wilmer, and Moffett. Millertown, Georgetown up Highway 43, Highway 45. We'll continue to monitor the situation. We also have a marine warning until 8 a.m. from Mobile Bay and from Pensacola to Pascagoula and waters out 20 nautical miles. Pat and Angela.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Time to take a look at today's top stories. Pritchard police on the hunt for 3 suspects after a deadly shooting Saturday night on Edison Street. Police say a man and woman were walking down the street when 3 men approached them and shot the man twice. 30-year-old Robert Savage was pronounced dead on the scene. Pritchard police had to call Mobile police for backup as a volatile crowd grew around the scene. Nobody was arrested for that outburst.
A man accused of hitting 2 infants with his car and then leaving the scene turned himself in. The 2 babies are okay. 8-month-old Isaiah Thomas was airlifted to USA Trauma Center Saturday night, but both children have since been released from the hospital with bumps and bruises.
A Mobile police officer shot by a robbery suspect now showing signs of improvement. Today you can honor the police officer by donating blood. Blood drives being held at Mobile Police Headquarters on Government Street. It's from 8 until 5.
And you can hear more about Mitt Romney's campaign for president today here in Mobile. He'll be at the Whistle Stop Cafe at 7:30 this morning. Celebrity Jeff Foxworthy will be there endorsing Romney.
All right, here is what's trending on the internet. Where does Peyton Manning go? Of course, he visited Denver and seemed to like Denver. if he indeed goes there, what happens to Tim Tebow? A lot of people will vie for his services, including his hometown of Jacksonville. Jacksonville Jaguars, they need a quarterback, so maybe Tim Tebow could go there.
Okay, interesting.
All right, we'll take a look at this. A mother in Washington State came up with an unusual punishment for her son this weekend after she caught him stealing again. His scarlet letter was put on him because he stole an iPod from a kid at school. He said, "I'm a thief and I like to steal." And she says it is a process that she wants him to stop. Not everyone thinks, though, that this is the right way that she should have handled this.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. What do you say?
Well, stay with us, everyone, for the latest on the weather moving this way. Of course, we'll have updates for you in about 25 minutes throughout the Today Show. We hope you have a great day. Don't get caught cyber loafing now on this Monday.
You're watching Local 15, the Weather Authority.
I'm Kim Thurman. You're watching Local 15, the breaking news leader.
Now open. The open house button at robertsbrothers.com.
It's the best way to shop for an open house.
Click, shop, and print as many homes as you want. One address, thousands of homes. robertsbrothers.com.
How can Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich beat Barack Obama when on the vital decisions they're not much different? Like Obama, Gingrich supported individual health insurance mandates and lobbied for Freddie Mac. Mitt created Romney Care, the blueprint for Obamacare. And just like Obama, Romney left Massachusetts $1 billion in debt. Who can win? Rick Santorum. His bold plan will create jobs and cut spending. Rick Santorum for president. Red, White, and Blue Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
The way I was raised, a person earns your respect based on his walk, not just his talk. And a judge earns your vote before he asks for it. My family and I have lived in Mobile County our entire lives. I've handled hundreds of cases in nearly 3 decades of law practice. Over the last several years, I've also given time to our community to stand up with you for the values we share. I trust you know my walk. As circuit judge, I'll continue to protect our families and will apply the law strictly as written.
Conservative, proven, ready. Vote Ben Brooks. Now open. The open house button at robertsbrothers.com.
It's the best way to shop for an open house.
Click, shop, and print as many homes as you want. One address, thousands of homes. robertsbrothers.com.
Good morning. Senseless act. A U.S. Staff Sergeant in custody after allegedly killing 16 civilians in a door-to-door shooting spree in Afghanistan. 9 of the victims, children. The Taliban is promising revenge as President Obama vows a swift and thorough investigation. Southern comfort, Mitt Romney gaining ground with conservative voters ahead of tomorrow's primaries in Alabama and Mississippi. But the polls show the races are too close to call. This morning, Rick Santorum speaks out. And one wild crowd. One Direction is burning up the charts and selling out concerts all over the world. And their fans are packed into Rockefeller Plaza to see them perform live today, Monday, March 12th, 2012.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Ann Curry. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Monday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Ann Curry. You saw One Direction's debut album is called Up All Night, and a lot of people in our crowd stayed up all night for a chance to get up close and personal with the music's newest phenomenon. In fact, they started lining up, Matt, I think around 10 o'clock before